Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about Balsamiq mockups. If you are looking for a template for your web page, then I would highly recommend this program. Balsamiq was founded in 2008. The goal of Balsamiq is to help people create software that is easier to use and access. Balsamiq was started up out of Italy with goals to make the programmer's life easier and affordable. The manifesto of Balsamiq is "Life is too short for bad software." After a little more than 2 years in business, and over 75,000 customers and more than $5 million in sales in 2011. Balsamiq mockups are their product. Mockups are a low-cost wireframing tool. What is wireframing? Wireframing is also known as a blueprint of a screenshot. It is a visual guide that helps set up the building foundation for a website. Wireframings help arrange elements to please the eye without having to actually make the application. Before mockups, people had to use other resources such as pen and paper, whiteboards, generic drawing tools, or specialized wireframing tools. Very expensive and time-consuming. Balsamiq mockups are sold as desktop applications, web applications, and as plug-in. Currently, Balsamiq has an iPad version in the works. Balsamiq has many different mockups you can build, such as desktop application, mobile apps, tablet applications, dialog windows, web applications, and more. With over 77 different built-in controls, the ideas are endless. Balsamiq makes it simple with the simplicity of paper sketching while using a digital tool.
Since Balsamiq is a wireframe tool, its main goal is to create the basis of a website, which is what we'll teach you in this video. First of all, we should have the software downloaded. Balsamiq provides users with a 7-day trial, which is good if you just want a demo of it before paying the premium price of $79. So once you have Balsamiq installed, of course you should open it. So what we'll do in this tutorial is to create a blueprint of a physiotherapy office website, as it is better to learn how to use a software by actual interaction. This website will revolve around a patient trying to access their information and other healthcare related stuff. We can create any type of website, but I'd prefer this scenario as it will still cover the bases of using Balsamiq mockups in a real-world project. So the first thing you'll see in Balsamiq is a blank template with a bunch of icons on top. You'll see an assortment of labels here, which categorizes similar things into one section. It's a simplistic yet efficient layout, which is one of the pros about Balsamiq. So for example, let's say we want to add a button. You'd always just click in the buttons tab, and the software will provide you with a list of different types of buttons you could use. Back to the physiotherapy office tutorial. First of all, we will need a home page. This page would act as a hub for patients to access their information and other important things, so therefore we must make it look convenient for them. We'll start off by going into the containers, and you'll see browser window. So to have this appear on your blueprint, just simply drag the icon onto the template. I prefer to place icons onto a browser window rather than just using the blank template of Balsamiq, as it gives you a visual of how it would actually look on a website. So as you see here, it'll provide a text box. Here we can change the title of the web page as well as the URL. So for now, we'll just change a web page to physiotherapy office, and then the URL can just add physiotherapyoffice.ch, just anything you'd want. So once you change both these lines, just click outside the white box, and there you'll see a web page. You can easily just expand the browser window the same way you expand a picture in Microsoft Word. Just drag the corners of it. And then editing is also easy, as here you'll see just this edit box. So just maximize it, and it'll give you different options of what you can do. So it'd probably be a good idea to have a title of the web page on the home page. So therefore we would need text. So go into the text tab on top, and then since it'll be the title of the website, scroll to the right until you see a big title. Again, it'll provide a text box as soon as you drag it onto the template. So we can change a big title to welcome to my Physio Online. We can change the color of this as well, so let's just use this editing tool so we can change the text to red, for example, if you wanted to. And usually people would have the title link back to the home page. So, and if you wanted to do that, you could just go here and just, again, it'll usually just pop it up automatically. You can always just change it if you want something different. And it'll just have kind of a small icon to the bottom right of the text. That just indicates that if you click it, it would send you to a different link. What we would need now is a link bar. So what a link bar really is, and well, I'll show you firsthand. This would be a link bar. Basically, just links that would provide users more accessibility, and it's just much easier to find. Also kind of acts like a core, so just like you go to the company tab, you still have this. You still usually see just all this on the top of the web page. So that's what we'll add here. So again, we're already in text, and what you'll do is just find the link bar and just drag it onto the template. Again, it'll pop up a text box. If you wanted to add another tab, so here you'll see just 4 tabs. If you want to add another one, just double click it, a comma, then just anything, just and then it'll just add 5. So what we really need are just 4. So we use home, say about us again, contact us, and last but sign in. Yeah, for patients to sign into the physio webpage. So that's one way of adding a a link bar. Again, Balsamiq it's easy to use, but you can also just master it. You can make your templates look amazing if you wanted to. So what we could also do is just go into containers and use the tabs bar. Here we could just, again, home, about us, contact us, oops, sign in. And we'll just get rid of the old one. Can I just shift that for now? We'll just leave it here. Oops. We'll just bring this one to the front. Oh, and yeah, if you encounter this problem where you just want something that wants to just like, you see how it's covering it? If you wanted this to be in the front, you go to the editing tool and you see layering. You just click bring forward, and now it should bring it to the very first one. Yeah. Here you go and just place that, and that's just another way of doing tabs as well. I think it looks better. Choose what you want to do. So now we need to provide patients with easy access to different areas of the physiotherapy hub. So this would have to be easy to find as well as grouped together, so they don't have to do a scavenger hunt for them. So the best way to do this is by creating vertical tabs alongside the web page. So as you see on this screen, our web page is kind of to the left. So if you want to like shift everything over and not just individually have to move everything, what you do is just take a corner and drag. Just make sure you can cover the whole tools that we're using in the template. From here, you can just drag it to the side. So what we'll be doing is just placing vertical tabs on the left side of the web page. And to find vertical tabs, you go into containers, which we're already in, and just drag vertical tabs onto the web page. A text box would appear. You can edit the names of the tabs. You can also add tabs or just delete them. And I think 3 would be good enough for us. So the first tab could be my online patient record. Second one could be appointments. The last one could be exercise, yeah. Something related to physiotherapy, I guess. And you can just drag it to try and fit it on. So we'll just line it up to the side here. And then just shift the web page a bit. Just try to make it all fit. And here we go. Also kind of want to put the title actually outside of the tabs as well. So just drag that like that. So all I've really done here was just, again, just kind of minimize this a little bit and just put the title outside. And it's starting to look more like a real web page now. Now that the necessary tools are placed onto the template, the web page does look a little bland. So adding a couple media tools will fill up the page, and in order to do this, just simply go into the media tab and let's just find an image and drag it onto the web page. And so a box would appear. Let's just say we'd wanted to add have like a physiotherapy office building, for example. So what this would do is just actually just indicate that we would place just a picture of the office building into that area. And we can also just fill things like, we could add a video player as well, for example. And what this video could do is it just makes it more lively. What this video could just be anything. It could be an interview of a physician at the office, for example, which is anything health related. So we still have kind of like just open areas around here. What you typically find on a website is just kind of just like a paragraph, just what it could be, just like a news feed, for example, that would just just have updated information being placed onto it. So basically, what we're gonna do is just fill this up with text. Just fill it out. And in order to do that, you'd always go back to the text tab, and what would be perfect would be a paragraph of text. So we'll have one underneath the image. We'll just like this could be just a news feed slash tip of the day, for example. And then just I don't know, just have like random text cover it or something. Just have it like look filled. So yeah, that just indicates that we will put text there. You can go more in depth, but for now we'll just leave it like that. And then we can also just have something here as well. Just say like just the description of the video, and then just like more news and health care. Just expand that too if you want. It doesn't really matter. Okay, these are just mock-ups. It's you're not actually like making. It doesn't have to have like real information, as you can tell. It just kind of shows you the layout, the blueprint of what you're gonna make. And we're actually missing a important tool that actually comes standard with the web browser, and that would be the scroll bar. So of course, having a scroll bar in the actual implementation, you'd obviously find that, but still a good thing to include it as we are making a wireframe. So to include a scroll bar, let's just go into the Common tab and just search for a vertical scroll bar. And again, you usually just see these scroll bars to the right side of the page. So we just fit it here. And that is basically the basis of our hub. So now that the My Physio Online homepage is completed, we can expand into the tabs we created earlier. Our next task is to create a web page that would allow patients to view their record online. So that would be the first tab we created here. Since we'll be reusing some of the tools in this homepage, it would be much faster just to create a clone of it and then delete the unnecessary tools. So there are two ways you can go about this. You can either go to File and make just a new clone of the current mockup, and it'll just create just one here. Or what we could do is just close one. Or what you do is from the original page, right click and clone as the mockup. Both just do the same thing. So the tools we won't need were kind of the aesthetics we created in the web page, so I'll just delete those. We'll change this tab to something different actually. Actually, I'll just bring that back down here. So this will probably get changed to, just double click it and we'll just change this to my online patient record. Now you basically have everything ready. What we could also do is change the title of the web page as well as the URL. So double click and we can change this one to physiotherapy office dash we'll just say patient name patient record and then .ca slash patient name and then just patient record. And then I'll just change it again. We'll just put patient name since this is a mockup. We'll just leave a note here that that area should have the patient name. The online patient record should obviously include information about the patient. So first, we would have a table. So go into the text tab and drag the data grid slash table onto the template. The text box you're given can look confusing, however it only takes less than a minute to actually understand it. So each line, for example, acts as a row on the table. And rather the commas in between them, so you see comma 1, 2, 3, just split like that. Those kind of act as the columns that they would be in. When you see the slash R here, what that means is just creating a new line, but in the same box. So an example would just be hitting enter when you're filling in a graph, and that'll just create a line underneath the text you've written. So actually, let's just test that for now. So this guy has founder and CEO underneath it. So if you just type Tupac, for example, you'd have Tupac underneath the whatever that guy's name is. You see the arrows up. You see here. You see up and down, and then just when you just see down. That actually indicates here. So you see the up arrow, up, down, and just down. You'd find those arrows in applications like iTunes, basically just sorted out. So usually it'd just be sorted out for age. It'd be sorting out from lowest to highest or highest to lowest and such on, just ascending and descending information. Under the employee tabs, you see like these weird symbols, O's, X, dash, so on. These are just symbols that Balsamiq provides, and you can learn more about it just on their website if you wanted to. So like you see here, you see the O that is colored in. If you didn't want that colored in, you just find the O, the brackets, just delete the O, and it'll be clear, and so on. So for now, we'll probably just delete mostly everything. All we really need are just 3 columns. So, and we'll just, since only one patient, we'll actually just need that, just the 2 rows. So we'll get rid of the third one. For now, we'll leave age. job title either, really. As a matter of fact, I need most of this. And then instead of nickname, we'll just say, for now, let's just put info. We'll just leave that blank. So the name, which is really hard to pronounce, we'll just go with Tupac. Age, 25, if you guys understand that. And then info for now, we'll just leave blank. Oh no, we'll just put those. That means it should have something in there. So now that we have kind of like a small table that just provides minuscule information. This table doesn't really provide that much information, at least from what it looks like. So to make this look more authentic, we could place a couple charts onto the patient record, which could just represent the patient's progress. So to go into the big tab, and you'll see just a multitude of charts. So for example, I'll use a line chart and a bar chart as well. Let me just line them up like so. We could also fill up just all this with text as well. So for example, the graphs could have text underneath them so the patient can find out more information on what it actually means. And just information here as well too. So what you could find is just like tips, like how to keep your body just healthier as well. And we should already know how to do that by going into the text tab and finding a paragraph of text. I don't remember. Oh yeah, we still have the same thing. Let's just yeah, just copy and paste them. And again, should probably a good idea to just at least have. So this could be tips on to keep your body healthy. Just separate that, and then this could be. What could this be? Just like comparison. Are your results compared to the public's? And I don't know for this. What does it look like? Oh, oops. Let me just say, oh, just put bar chart. Oh, forget it. That's good enough. It looks pretty filled out as well. And that's how you do the online patient record. So now I will let Melissa take care of the rest. Thank you for listening to my part.
Thank you, Tommy, for explaining part 1 of this tutorial. In this segment, I will be explaining how to make the Contact Us page and the Appointments page. This here is a slightly modified version of the home page. This is the Contact Us page, the completed version. This is what we want our page to look like. To begin, this is how we'll go about making it. To get started, you need a new mockup page. So here I have a new blank mockup. Now, because some of the controls are the same, we can select the controls that are the same from example, the home page, and we can select more than one by holding the control button on your keyboard. Now that I've selected these 3 controls, I can simply push the Control C button on my keyboard to copy them and paste them into my new mockup by hitting Control V. And here they are. To deselect everything, you can just click into any open area. We can fix this here to make it match up all the way to the top. And we're going to need a few controls to make this Contact Us page. We're going to need a big title, a street map, some memo boxes, and a few buttons. Now, we can add the title by going into the text here, and we can go in and find a big title. Or an easier way to do this is to search here, title, and the first one will appear. and you can simply add it like that. To change the text in the title, you can simply double click and write your new title. Like that. Okay, so after you've added your title, the next step is to add your street map. This can be found under the big tab. You go in and search for street map, just right there. And this is to let your patients know where they can find you. Just like that. You can reposition it and size it any way you'd like it. I think we're just going to leave it like this. So once you've added in your street map, you can go in and add a text box here so that you can input your address, your telephone, your email, and hours of operation. Now I have some text here that I saved, and I can just copy and paste this information into my text tab, like that. And you simply just click out to deselect everything. And you can resize it and position it the way you'd like, again, the same way you would do with the picture. Like that. Now, for our physiotherapy page, we also added in a section where patients can go in and call or email their physician in order to express any comments or concerns that they might be having. Now, to go about making this, we're going to need a couple strings of text. We can go under the text tab and go find some text. And this could simply be so here's our little title. Having a problem? Let us know. So we want to make sure that the patients can access their doctors whenever they need to. We'll also be adding in a text box here as well, and a few radio buttons, and also another button here to submit the request. So we're going to need another little string of text so that we can put personal information. And here's where we're going to have our next memo box. And because I already have this already made again, I can simply copy and paste this here. And then I can simply resize again. Just like that. Now, down below, we'll add our radio button. Here's where we want our patients to express common issues they might be having. And here's where we'll write issues. And to go in and add the radio buttons, you go under the Buttons tab. And Balsamiq makes it easy to add in multiple radio buttons at once, instead of individually clicking one by one by one. So you can drag this here. And this might look a little bit confusing, but these are basically symbols that Balsamiq has come up with that allow you to have different check marks, I guess, inside of the buttons. So if I click out, you'll notice that each one of these has a different selection. So the first button here is selected, and the second one is not selected, and we'll see what that looks like in text. A little O means it is selected, and nothing inside the brackets means there's nothing selected. A little line in between the two brackets signifies a little line inside the circle. Pretty easy. Now, to disable something, to make it not highlighted if you want that, you can simply put lines at the end of the statement here, or you can take those out completely if you want. Now, for what we want to do, I already have it made here again, and I can copy and paste this into my new buttons here. See, I only want a few selected as examples so the patients can understand. And there we go, our radio buttons are made here, and they can go in and select any issues that they might be having that physicians can address right away. And to add the button of the middle, you are in the same tab, and it's the very first one. You just add the button there. And here we go. And there's our button. Oh, here we have an extra radiology group. There we are. And we can just add our button in. And there you have it. That's our contact us page for our physiotherapy page. See? They look about the same. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is our appointments page. Okay? This is what we want it to look like. We have a few date choosers here, and we have a calendar over here. We also have a button here so that they can submit the events. Now, an easy way to do this is to, again, copy and paste the three main controls that you will be using, which is the browser, the tabs over here, and these tabs over here. So again, Control C to copy and paste them into the blank mockup. Okay? So these are the three main controls you'll be using. And we click out to deselect. Now, to go in and find your calendar, we can simply type up here, calendar, and it should pop up. You can just click on that and the little calendar will appear. Now, this is so that the patients can see their upcoming events and dates and so on. There. Now we're also going to need two date choosers. Date choosers or pickers, whatever you'd like to call them. Go ahead and click on that. Just like that. Or we could also find it here under the buttons tab again. The date chooser there. Just like that. And the other thing we're going to need is the button again, right? So you can just click and drag the button, and this will be add event, and this one can be add appointment, like so. Now you need to go in and add a couple more headers to your appointments page. So here we can go and add a string of text, and this is going to be make an appointment. Like that. And you're going to add another string of text that is specifically for the event. So add an event here. Perfect. Okay, and that'll be the titles for your date choosers. And that's really it for the appointments page. There's not very much to it. And here are just a couple other pages that I added in, like the exercise page. On this page, it'll show you how to do exercises for certain needs. So like say you have a back pain or your shoulders are hurting, these are just a couple of the exercises that you can use to enhance your shoulder movement or your back movement. And to add these pictures in, you can simply drag from your files to your Balsamiq mockup. So I'll show you an example. Say this picture wasn't here. Okay? To add the picture in, I have it here, and I can simply click and drag to copy it to my page. And this way I can resize it and move it however I'd like. Just like that. See? And all of the pictures are added in the same way. You can simply just click and drag, or if you want, you could copy and paste from an internet source. But to do that, you have to first save your picture and then be able to drag it over. Or it can do that automatically for you. For example, you can go into Google and find a picture for back pain. Find your images, and say you wanted to use this picture here. You can simply right click on it, copy the image, and paste it into your Balsamiq mockups page by pushing Control V. And it'll ask you to save the picture right away. And this is a handy tool that Balsamiq has. So you can go in and write the name of your picture. So like say we'll do back pain, and it'll save it for you as a picture. And then you can go ahead and use it however you'd like. Another page that we have is the sign-in page. In this page, it allows the patient to go ahead and log in so that they can see all the assessments and tests that they've done, or they can even go and see their appointments or whatever. Over here, we also have a registration place where we can
or we allow the patients rather, to write their name, their last name, the name of their doctor or physician, the home phone number, their address, and their email, so that they can go ahead and have this online record, I guess, of their tests and their appointments to keep track of everything. It makes it a lot easier to do things this way. Physicians can also bill their patients this way as well. We also have this online patient record, which Tommy showed in the first video how to make it. This is just a little bit more upgraded. So I've added in a couple pictures and recommended exercises for said patient. So say the patient is suffering from back pain. Here are a couple exercises that are recommended for that patient to help them with their pain. And these are just charts and graphs of their progress. Okay, so here we also have an About Us page in which we have a group picture of the people who made this entire project, as well as a small paragraph explaining what we do as an organization and reasons why we want to help people with this website. That's basically it. We've shown you all the basic tools of Balsamiq, and it has much more to offer. This can help you make a lot more than just a physiotherapy website. It can also make different kinds of websites for different advertisements, or different iPhone apps or Android apps as well. Thank you for listening to our tutorial on how to create Balsamiq mockups.
There you have it, a blueprint for a patient's physio information. Balsamiq is a great product that can be used not only for the healthcare-related websites, but basically anything else. It is a powerful tool that anyone can use and provides a large range of tools to play around with. Balsamiq is a good start to any project proposal, as mockups are used to evaluate the feasibility of a proposed solution, to determine if the idea is worth pursuing, to dismiss a potential solution as ineffective, or confirm that the proposed idea achieves the desired impact. What we covered was primitive to Balsamiq and is capable. If you are looking for a wireframe tool, Balsamiq Mockups is highly recommended.